What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day, February 14th. What better way to ring in Valentine's Day than by doing the thing that I love the most, and that is not only training, but progressing lifts. We are on the way to do full body B, which is one of my lower body dominant full body sessions. Obviously, in a full body workout, you hit all of the muscles in your body, but I alternate back and forth between full body workouts that are more focused on my upper body and then ones that are more focused on my lower body, and today is one of my lower body focused workouts. This is probably my favorite workout out of the four that I do. This is the shortest workout that I do. All of my workouts are 13 exercises long, except for this one, which is 12, which is obviously only one exercise, but I will take it. I've kind of talked before on my channel about how full body training sessions are usually pretty long. So if I can cut back on the duration of them in any way, shape, or form, I will always want to do that. I also really like this session because I feel like this workout has a little bit of everything in terms of what I would deem to be the major movement patterns that you follow when you're in the gym. So this workout has a squatting movement, it has a pressing movement, it has a pull down movement, it has a rowing movement, and it has a hip hinge movement in it. So I kind of feel like all of the basic motor patterns that you can do in the gym, you can either be doing like a squat, a press, a row, a pull down, a hinge. Like I do a little bit of everything in this day. So it's a fun one to do. I kind of feel like I get to move my body in all of the various ways that I can move it throughout this workout. So this one's pretty enjoyable. The main movements that you'll see today will be the pendulum squat and the bent over row. And then when we get into the upper body portion of the workout, the main movements that you'll see will be a hammer pull down and a hammer press. The bent over row is a really interesting movement. I feel like I get a lot of different muscles working when I do the bent over row. And I kind of talked about this on my full body training video where I discussed my split in depth. But the bent over row is a really interesting exercise because in one hand, I think of it as a hip hinge because of the position that you have to take when you do a bent over row. And hopefully you guys will notice when I do my bent over rows, I really like to be bent over. Sometimes I see videos of people doing bent over rows and they're kind of almost standing upright and they're doing just basically a shrug with a little bit of a lean. I try to be as close to parallel with the floor as I can possibly get. So not only being in that position, and because of being in that position, the spinal erectors in the lower back are usually the main limiting factor on a movement like that. So I feel like it's a great exercise to train my erectors, but I also get a lot of scapular retraction and protraction when I do my bent over rows. And so I also get a lot of upper back trap rhomboid stimulus. And I do think, contrary to popular belief at the moment, at least in the fitness industry, it's kind of become a popular opinion that bent over rowing movements are not really good exercises for building your upper back, and I'm not convinced about that. I don't believe that at all. Are they the best exercises that we should be doing for our upper back? No. If I could only do one upper back exercise for the rest of my life, it would not be a bent over row. It would be something chest supported. But when you take a look at real life and how things work in real life, there's never an instance where we only have to do one exercise for our upper back. Even in a full body training setup, I will do one exercise for my upper back in each workout, but I will rotate back and forth between different exercises. So yes, today, the only upper back exercise that I'm doing is the bent over row. But in 48 hours, I'm gonna train my upper back on a chest supported T-bar row. And then 48 hours after that, I'm gonna train my upper back on a pull-up. And then 48 hours after that, I'm gonna train my upper back on a hammer strength row. And so we're never in this position where we only have to limit ourselves to just one exercise for a muscle group, at least not over the course of an entire training week. You know, there may be instances where you have to do one workout or one exercise for a muscle group in each individual workout, but you know, you don't have to only do the bent over row. You can do the bent over row today and then something else 2 weeks from now or 2 days from now. So I would just encourage some of you guys to maybe think about that a little bit deeper. And I know that a lot of people on social media like to talk shit about this type of logic, but if you think about all of the people that have had the best backs in history, and even the people nowadays in the IFBB that have the best backs, they all do some sort of bent over rowing movement. So it's really hard to argue with that. So the bent over row has been a movement that I've really enjoyed doing probably for maybe 6 months now. I'd have to look at when it was that I implemented that, but I'm closing in on 4 plates on the bent over row. I don't think that I will hit that weight today. I was 5 pounds off of that last rotation and I only hit that for 5 reps. So I kind of trying to think through it logically. If I added 5 pounds today just to say, yep, I did 4 plates, I think that I would maybe only hit that for like 3 reps, which you can still grow from, but I would still prefer to kind of keep that a little bit higher, at least like 5 to 6. So I think I'm just gonna add 1 pound today from what I did last rotation on the bent over row, and then try and match reps, and then we'll kind of see how that goes from there. The pendulum squat has kind of been giving me a hard time lately. And the last rotation that I did the pendulum squat, I lowered the weight from my previous couple of rotations. And last week I hit this weight for 3 reps at 3.5, because I got halfway up on the third one and then I just kind of died out. So I'm gonna stick with the same weight that I hit last week and try and get 4 legit reps this week. But that movement's been giving me a hard time, so really gonna have to fight for it today, which is fine with me. You know, I don't expect it to be easy, and I don't expect my progressions to be handed to me, but I have done everything that I need to do in and out of the gym to make sure that I progress this lift today. So it's just gonna be a matter of whether or not we make it happen. So we'll see how it goes. right, on the way back, that was a great Valentine's Day present to myself to have an awesome training session. I'm very happy with everything that I did today, particularly the pendulum squat. I was able to get over the hump with that, so that is awesome. Last week I hit this weight for 3.5 reps, and this week I hit it for 4.5, so I'll take that 1 rep increase. The only thing that happened today that I'm not quite sure how I feel about is my bent over rows. I was not getting as good of a contraction in my upper back today as what I typically get. Usually when I finish the bent over rows, my upper back and traps and everything are pumped as fuck, but today I was kind of just mostly feeling it in my erectors, and I kind of felt like my erectors had given out before I was able to get a good upper back stimulus from that set. And I also kind of feel like an idiot because on the intro I was talking about how good I am at doing bent over rows, almost completely bent over, and when I was watching my video back after the set today, I did feel like I was a little bit more upright than what I would have wanted to be. So that is not ideal, and I'm calling myself out on that. Not really happy with the execution on those, but everything else was very, very good today. Really, really happy with everything that I did. I didn't mention this in the intro, but the hammer pull down has kind of been giving me a little bit of a problem as well. And today I decided to grip the handle in a slightly different position, and that felt pretty good. So I will probably continue that for at least the next rotation, and then we'll kind of see where we go from there. Interestingly, the hammer pull down is an exercise that I really never used to like. It always used to give me elbow and wrist issues and everything like that, and it was really quite annoying. And then because it's a hammer strength machine, the resistance profile is a little bit less than ideal for the lat. The exercise gets really heavy in the shortened position and loses a lot of tension in the lengthened position, which is why you saw me do partial reps once I hit failure on the concentric. I just continued to do partial reps until the lat fully exhausted, and I did the same thing with the hammer press. So I don't want to turn this into a rant, but hammer strength equipment is really getting shit on lately by the evidence-based community because of its resistance profile. And yes, the resistance profile of hammer strength exercises usually is not very suitable for most muscle groups, but that does not by any means mean that hammer strength equipment is worthless or that you're not going to grow muscle mass from it. I really encourage you guys to simplify this as much as possible. It does not matter the resistance profile of an exercise if you are progressively overloading and getting stronger on that exercise over time, and every time that you use that exercise you take the muscle to the point where it hits full failure or at least very close to that, you are going to grow muscle from that exercise. So hammer strength stuff is notoriously getting shit on social media these days, and that's another evidence-based claim that I can't get behind. I love hammer strength equipment. It would maybe be a little bit less ideal to do an entire session on hammer strength equipment, but just like I mentioned in the beginning about the bent over row, there isn't going to be any instance ever where you're going to find yourself in a position where the only thing that you can use is hammer strength equipment. So just again, try not to have such a narrow mind about resistance profiles and all of those things. I'm not saying that they don't matter, but I think their importance has been largely overblown and overstated. And I promise you, if you're doing any hammer strength exercises in your program right now, stick with them, get stronger, use perfect form, go to failure. You're going to grow from it. It's as simple as that. Totally unrelated to fitness or bodybuilding, but obviously today is Valentine's Day. So I am going to stop at the pet store on the way home from the gym and get our dog a little treat. Hopefully they have something that's heart-shaped or Valentine's shaped. Carissa's not getting shit, but our dog is gonna get spoiled today. So thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. As always, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, I recommend that you do that so that you don't miss any videos. If you are interested in online coaching or a consultation or any of the services that I offer, please feel free to check out my link in the description and check out my website and everything over there. As always, any questions, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. And as always, guys, stay tuned for the next video and take care of yourselves.